Have your attention, please. Masks are required to be worn inside Wildcat Stadium. Please do not remove the tape from the seats.
Welcome to Harbor Wildcat Stadium. We've got a kickoff tonight between the Central Warriors and the Kirksey Cougars from Rogers. So my name is Joey McCassin. I'll be on play-by-play with you tonight. I've got next to me
Rob Wright.
So Coach Rob's going to be here giving you some color. We've got a very exciting Thursday night football planned for you. I know that we're competing with the NFL tonight, so good luck to the Chiefs tonight. But we've got some exciting action tonight, and we're going to see. We had a little bit of delay getting started in this game. We had an unfortunate injury at the end of the 7th grade game, so it backed us up a little on time. Rob, we sure do hope that the Kirksey player is doing well.
If we have an update on him, we'll be sure to let everybody know about that. And we do have some NFL coming up tonight, but most of those guys were playing at this level at some point or another.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these kids get out here, dedicate themselves. Maybe they can see themselves on the big screen someday. So, exciting matchup. We had 8th grade last week. They won their game pretty handily.
Was it 27-7?
I think so. I think they gave up that point there at the end, gave up a touchdown. But, a good showing by this 8th grade team and Coach Jones last week. And what do you expect out of this Rogers team this week?
I expect to see multiple on offense and defense. I think on defense you're going to see a fluctuation of the 3 front and a 4 front, try to keep people off balance, especially at the junior high level. If you have defensive linemen that aren't lining up in the same place every time, it gets in their head. Offensively, I think they'll spread it out a little bit. They will sprint out. I do know that's a little bit of their philosophy this year too.
So we talked a little last week. I mean, this Rogers team tries to replicate a lot of what their high school team does. So you're going to see a very similar look out here from what Rogers High School puts on the field, correct?
That's exactly right.
So, we've got some exciting football action. We've got about 10 minutes here before kickoff. We're going to be running the game here today with our awesome student team and student producers, cameramen, camerawomen. We're excited to provide you this opportunity to watch a game at home and enjoy football on a nice Thursday evening. Hopefully we do the broadcast right and we get these boys some attention they deserve for their hard work out there. So, Rob, I'm excited. I hope you are. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We're going to send it to commercials and hear a word from some of our awesome sponsors that give Springdale Athletics and Springdale Public Schools some great sponsorships and let you guys see some of those businesses out there. So we're going to send it to commercial. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes for first half kickoff.
Hey Northwest Arkansas, Lara here at Sam's Furniture. If you're looking for new furniture, we have over 170,000 square feet selection at everyday low prices and same-day delivery available. But the best part is that we love to serve our community. So when you buy at Sam's, part of your purchase goes to support one of the many amazing organizations that we have been blessed to partner with. Serving others, especially those in need, is our culture here, and we hope that you'll be a part of that too. Arkansas's largest furniture destination, get it at Sam's.
Nothing says game day like good friends and great food. And at Slim Chickens, we know great food. From our 100% all-natural chicken tenders, fresh-made wings served with house sauces, to delicious chicken sandwiches, crisp salads, southern sides, and desserts you just can't get anywhere else. At Slim's, we have the food you love, made fresh for the people you care about. Dine in, drive through, or order online. Slim Chickens. Fresh, delicious chicken.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank
that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. Affordable rates, available on-site management, attitudes of service, and amenities unmatched make residents love where they live and play. From value-packed basic apartments to resort-style living on golf courses, we manage options to fit your needs and wants. Apply online at lindsaymanagement.com for locations throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one.
All right, we're live back here at Harbor Wildcat Stadium of the 8th grade matchup between the Central Warriors and the Kirksey Cougars of Rogers. So, Coach Wright, what did we see out here last week that you were looking for the Warriors to repeat to try to get a victory tonight as well?
I am betting that they will go with Coach Wood's philosophy and establish the ground game via the power. A little bit of counter, but predominantly the power. They're going to run strong side power and do that until you stop it. And just like boxing, you hit it with the right hand all the time, jab. And once they making adjustments to stop the power, catch them off guard and run the counter. And it's just like coming with that other hand. It's off to the races.
Yeah, we certainly saw some of that last week where you saw power run, and then that counter, they took it to the house for the end zone on that one of those first plays. So I know Coach Jones, Coach Watson, and a new addition to the staff, Coach Green, going to have these kids prepared out here to play well and do well. So we're going to send it out to the field for the national anthem, and we'll be back here with Central Football very shortly. All right, great rendition of the national anthem, and we are going to kick off here shortly with Central Warrior football. My name is Joey McCaslin, play-by-play, and I've got next to me here Coach Rob Wright. So, Coach Wright, that's such a great tradition here in the national anthem. For me, when I hear the national anthem, I'm about to get to see some sports.
I tell you what, I'm 51 years old, and every time I hear the national anthem, I feel like I'm supposed to be lined up deep, return a kickoff.
I feel like I'm about to announce. I never got to play at that level, but I certainly have been involved with it over the years. So, great sport. It's good to see these young men out here and young ladies on our spirit squads. We got the camera down there now representing, got the Central dance team and the Central cheerleaders out there. I know that those coaches and those girls put in a lot of work to come out here and be part of the spirit squad as well.
They do. When I was at Southwest and my wife was a cheer coach there, I was a little partial to supporting our cheer and dance teams. But they're just such an integral part, along with the band. We don't have, because of the times right now, we're kind of cut down on some of our auxiliary services to support a football game. But football without all the extra groups, watching them compete, they have contests too, competition. It's just it really is a team sport. It's not just the football players. It's teachers, administrators, cheer, dance, band, everybody. It's just a good time to have everybody out. And does it feel like fall tonight or what?
Man, it's a beautiful night out there. I wish we weren't in this press box a little bit or open up these windows a little bit. So it's going to be a great night, a good night for football for sure. This is what fall sports in Springdale is all about. We've got a team down there prepared. We've got the cheer squad. We've got a great community out here, parents and teachers out watching the game, and it's exciting. We talked a little last week. 6 months ago, we were probably unsure if we were going to get football or not.
Absolutely.
And here we are. So Central running out on the field, being led on the field by, looks like number 5, Jackson Conley. So very excited. I mean, these kids, 8th grade, but they put in hard work every week, and Coach Jones gets them prepared to come out here and represent the school well.
This 8th grade group of Central, you and I were talking about it before we went on air. It's a pretty salty, talented team, you've got Hayden Wood out there, just like his brother Hunter. He's a coach's kid. He knows what's going on. That fullback, Nash Jeffers, he did a good job last week. And they had 2 or 3 kids that had some real speed. Serrano, number 23, Ione Samuel, number 7, and Devin Williams came in. I think it was in the second half, and he just ripped it, and you're not going to catch him from behind.
Yeah, it was a nice little change of pace back when Williams came in there. He was a little speedier than some of the other backs out there, but a pretty well-rounded team as, number 9, Aiden Evans, captain, comes off the field. So we're going to be ready for kickoff here. So Central's, I believe they have elected to kick. So we're going to see Rogers right here and see if the Central defense can do something right off the start. So
let's see if we kick it deep or pooch kick it off to the side. I know last week we did a little bit of both. Central's had what number is their kicker? He did a great job last week.
Number 17, Banks Dyer.
That's him. He, as far as PATs and whatnot, he's pretty consistent.
So it looks like the Warriors are going to be led on the field, and
Central will be kicking off, moving from left to right on your radio dial. They'll be receiving. Yeah. They'll be receiving, going from left to right. Kirksey's going to be kicking off. We're going to spot that ball up in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line.
So it looks like Central's got the gentleman we just talked about, Devin Williams, number 10, back deep. So it'll be interesting to see if they kick off here to Williams. So we're underway. 8 on the board, first quarter, and the kick is deep. So we're going to take one bounce. Williams is going to collect it. He's going to look right up the middle. He's going to find a lane. He's going to try to get to the outside. And he does. He's got it outside. He's up to the 40, up to the 45. Ball's loose on the ground. And
you can't advance a fumble, so it'll be Central's ball.
Looks like they're going to get him out. It looks like he stepped out before he fumbled, so he's going to be out about the 49-yard line. But a pretty good return there by Williams, first play of the game.
And I'm telling you, he's showing that speed, but he's also showing he's a little green behind the ears right now. That at this age, it's real important to learn to tuck that ball away.
Certainly. So Aiden Evans is going to be quarterback here. So Evans going to come out. He's got Serrano behind him in the backfield. So he's lined up his guys. He's going to be in that 2 wide receiver set that we saw last week. Hands it off to Serrano. He's up the middle. He's going to go across the 45. He's got a man on him at the 30, and he is brought down. A big yard on first, big gain on first down.
Luke Alton got away with the little block in the back out there as wide receiver. Kirksey came out in a 4-3 defense, 2 safeties on top that time. Looks like they still got 4 men down right now.
So what type of offense you go to attack this 4-man front?
Just regular power and counter. There's your counter right there.
So 23 Serrano, he's out at the 10, the 5, and
he might be out at the half.
He is going to be out at the half-yard line. So 2 straight runs by Trey Serrano, and Central is in business down to the 1-yard line. It's going to be first and goal from the 1.
He ran the power the first time, and then they lined up in 1s and 3s. They ran a counter back to that B gap on the weak side, caught that left tackle in one technique, split the tackle in the end. Oh, drew the defense offside. That'll put us down probably about the 6-inch line.
We're going to split the difference between where the ball's at in the end zone, so it's going to move about, like Coach said, 6 inches, and Evans is going to look to get another play by Coach. Yeah, this week, they didn't take long for that counter to come out.
Look for a weak side power right here off the left side.
Right,
they move that fullback over, away from the twins.
Evans going to keep it, and he's going to waltz in untouched. So early on, 7:19 to go in the first quarter, and Central is already on the board. So Central's going to go up 6-0 with the extra point pending. Typical. I don't know if that was an option there, Coach, but either way, Evans decided to keep it and take it in.
I think it was supposed to. Remember last week when they moved that fullback over to the weak side, they ran the weak side power. They did the same thing, knowing that Kirksey has seen that on film, and rather than run the power, they ran a weak side sweep of all things. I think that was a miscue. I think the quarterback was supposed to hand it off, but the running back wasn't ready to receive that, so he just made a heads-up move and picked up the touchdown. Just kept it.
A late Warrior getting out there, but they're set. The ball's going to be down, and Banks Dyer kicks it up, and it is good straight through the uprights.
He's a good kicker.
Yeah, no doubt. You talked a little before the game. You spent a lot of time with Tejada when he was at Springdale, and similar leg there at this age. This Banks Dyer kid's got a foot on him for sure. Just want to see how he improves over the time and see if he puts in the work to become as good as some of the great kickers we've had at Harbor or Springdale.
Springdale and Harbor both have had some good kickers come through. There's something about Alex Tejada, though. When he kicked that ball, you could feel it in your chest. It just changed the atmospheric pressure when his foot hit that ball. It was just a thump.
I believe it. Tejada went on to the Razorbacks and did some good things there. Some people much maligned, but you can't blame some of those losses on Tejada. There's no doubt about that over the years. So, Coach, as we wait here for this kickoff, what do you think about Razorback football this year?
2 weeks away. We are 2 weeks from this Saturday, I believe.
I'm excited. I don't know how well we're going to do coming out against a team like Georgia right off the bat, but in my opinion, we hired the right man. Sam Pittman's going to get this Razorback team heading in the right direction.
I agree. I really do. I think that he's a guy that's been there, done that. Maybe not as a head coach at that level, but he's a great leader of young men, a great character, great motivator, and he's going to shoot you straight.
All right, so Banks Dyer kicks off. It's going to come up to one of the up men for Rogers. Looks like number 11, Adrian Hernandez on the return. So
good tackle.
Pretty good tackle. We've got, looks like, number 6, Cade Clinkscales was one of the main guys there on that tackle. So pretty good special teams and, all facets of the game for Central. It's one of the things we saw from these Warriors last week is, special teams, defense. That's really where these championships in 8th grade are made.
Absolutely. We're going to see what Kirksey can do on offense here. We're expecting Springdale to come out in their odd stack 3 with 3 safeties on top, and they do.
So we've got Jack Harrell for Rogers. He's going to keep the ball. Looks like a little option there, and he decided to keep it. Going to be run. We do have a flag on the play. So we got Laundrier on the field. Coach, they came out in the 3 wide receiver set down here to this weak side, or strong side, sorry. And then he kept the ball. What type of options there does the quarterback have coming out of a play like that?
Well, usually you're looking at that outside linebacker, and if he's coming downhill at your running back, you're just going to keep it and go around the end. If you got trips to one side, 3-by-1s, what we'll call it, I love throwing that slant to the single receiver side. You know, it's usually there's a big old window right there. You just got to hit it fast. I'm sure we'll see some bubble screens to the trip side. They're in just a regular 2-by-1 with the gun eye now. So miscue.
Little bit of a miscue for Harrell, and he is going to be brought down just past the line of scrimmage. Maybe got half a yard.
Was that 10 Williams on the tackle?
I believe so.
Boy, he flew in there. Where'd he come from? He flew in there fast. He's just fast all over.
He's fast on offense and defense for sure. So and special teams. So Harrell's going to look to the sidelines.
Boy, what's your best 2nd and 19 here?
Yeah, that's a long one. Looks like they're running a version of the no huddle, which a lot of these teams do. Look to the sidelines, try to get the play in, and we'll see what they can do here. So Harrell's back. He's going to throw a quick pass, bubble screen to number 11, Adrian Hernandez again. So
he may have gained 1 yard, maybe.
Hernandez comes up a little limping, so hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's going to head to the sideline real quick and get substituted out. So
Central's has more energy on defense tonight than they did last week. They're coming out a little bit more on fire.
It looks like it's the 3rd and 18 right off the bat, so they've got Kirksey back behind the chains for sure. So Harrell's going to go back, takes a 2-step drop, thinks about throwing, pump fakes. He's in a lot of trouble. He's going to throw the ball up. That is going to be trouble, and it's going to be intercepted by Williams.
He's still not down.
Still on his feet, not down yet. Finally, it looks like a lineman comes out and gets him down. So, Coach, that was a fly ball up for grabs, and Williams set underneath it and was able to get that interception.
I tell you what, one of the good things about the defense that Harbor and Central's running now with the 3 safeties on top, to the trip side, you can very easily roll an under-over coverage into that, and that was basically a coverage force.
Yeah, everybody's covered, and the quarterback, he's going to either get sacked or have to release it, and that time he released it. So Evans comes out for the Warriors, getting the late second play adjustment by Coach. Coach Jones does a good job of getting these guys where they need to be on the field. So like Evans, and he has in the backfield with him, looks like it's going to be number 7, Ione Samuel.
Well, I'll tell you what, the defense they're fixing to bring some heat right now. I would love to see a screen. I like screens. I like screens, but it's a little bit difficult in 8th grade when you haven't had a lot of reps and practice for spring ball in summer to pull off a finesse play like that.
So it looks like a quick penalty against the offense is going to push them back to 1st and 15. So it's 4:30 to go on the 36. Evans is going to throw that quick slant to number 2. You mentioned him earlier. That's Hayden Wood with the reception there.
Yeah, he went in that short motion, and then they just kind of relaxed a little bit, thinking that surely he won't run a route in the middle of his motion, but at the snap the ball, he ran a quick slant to the single receiver side. I love it. He's got good hands.
Looks like we got another flag on the play, so race that yardage. Unfortunately for the Warriors, it looks like we're marching the other direction. What was the call on that there, Coach?
Illegal man downfield, and the reason being number 8 in the slot up at the top. He was covered up by number 19 on the end of the line, and since he was covered up, he can't go down. He can go backwards, but you can't go downfield on a pass.
So it's going to be 1st and looks like about 20 now. Little more than 20. So Evans going to hand it off this time to Ione Samuel in the backfield. Samuel's going to go forward for about 5-6 yards. So good gain there. I mean, considering it's 2nd and 20, you got to get this yardage back somehow.
You don't have to get it all at one time. Just be patient. Get, like I said, now it's 2nd and 13. Get another one of those, and you're 3rd and manageable.
Evans is in shotgun. He's got Samuel in the backfield with him.
You see how that slot is cut down on top, number 8? I wouldn't doubt. There we go.
So there's Ione Samuel again. He's got a lane. He's opening. He's down to the 20-yard line, but unfortunately we have another flag on the play. So we're seeing a lot of penalties here right off the bat. I know that's something Coach Jones talks about. You've got to clear those up if you're going to win a football game.
Holding on Central. They'll work this stuff out.
So that's going to put the ball at about the 46-yard line, 45-yard line. It's going to be...
Should still be second down, I believe.
It is second down still, and it's going to be second and about 25, 24. So second down here for the Warriors. Evans in shotgun. He's got Trey Serrano in the backfield with him. Serrano takes the ball and is going to go to the outside. He's once again getting some of the yardage back. So positive yardage there for Serrano. What do you see out of these running backs for Central? We see a little bit from Serrano there. We had Ione Samuel in there earlier, and then we see a little bit maybe later of Devin Williams.
I like how they hook up behind their pulling guards, just like a choo-choo train, and put their hand on their back and follow them through the hole. They were one block away. Number 80, Charles Weber, almost made a block on that corner, and the running back would have been gone.
So Evans in shotgun again. Got Serrano behind him. He's going to turn, hand off the ball to Serrano. Woo. He's got a lane. He's open to the 30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown Warriors.
Not going to catch him. I'm telling you, I think this might be a tough night for Kirksey.
Central can keep the flags in the pocket of the refs and, get a couple of plays out there. They're going to do some work. So Central's going to go up 13-0 with the extra point pending as their kicker Banks Dyer comes out here to kick this extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Splits the upright once again.
Boy, number 13 for Kirksey almost got in there to block that one. Halen Whitley is his name. He took his guy and just drove him back almost all the way into the line of the kick.
So with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the first quarter, Central's gone up 14-0. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back here in 30 seconds with Warrior football.
One generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank, only in Arkansas.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading.
That's number 12, Brooks Tomlinson on the return for Kirksey. Brought down at about the 30-yard line.
So nice defensive stop in the last go-around for the Warriors, and they've got back out there to see what they can do against this Kirksey attack again. Up 14-0. Does your philosophy change on defense at all, Coach, or you just doing the same thing you plan on doing?
I do the same thing. I do like that. I call it King's coverage, where you crown that, bring a safety over on top so they can play the over coverage with that and still have your corner underneath against trips. We're seeing a 2-by-1 with the gun eye right now.
So Jack Harrell comes in. He's going to hand off to number 1, Corbin Norris. Norris is met up top by number 23, Trey Serrano. So young man just scored the touchdown, comes out and gets a pretty good open field tackle.
Pretty good little run by Corbin Norris there. He again, he gets behind his pulling lineman, puts his hand in the small of his back, and almost can't find him back there.
So 4-yard gain is going to be about second and a long 6 here. Harold, quarterback for Kirksey, is going to bring his guys to the line. Going to look to get his tailback in the correct position. Sends a man in motion. going to fake the handoff and throw a little pass out. It's going to be incomplete.
Well, I tell you what, Kirksey's having a heck of a time trying to figure out how to deal with number 70, the nose guard, Braden Phillips. They put 2 guys on him that time, and really didn't move him. You know, he's a force at nose.
Yeah, something else when you can get those guys on the interior that can disrupt the backfield. That makes a huge difference at this age.
Number 44, Kobe White, is also playing good tonight, and he's holding down his edge.
So Harold takes a snap. He's going to roll out. He's going to look to pass, and he's going to tuck it and take off and run. He's got the first down and more. So Harold up over the 50-yard line. Coach, on that one, he looked like, I think he was thinking run the whole time.
Well, he was running for his life then because number 4, Nash Jeffers, had a fire blitz coming from the field side and just about caught him.
So you'll hear me talk a lot on here. I teach these kids on a regular basis every day, and Nash Jeffers, he's one of those students. He's in my advanced science class. So
awesome.
Smart kid on and off the field. So looks like Harold's going to keep it again.
Oh, that's a design quarterback keeper right there.
So they may have found something that's working for him with Harold running the ball, and he's going to go up another first down, so gets the ball down to the 35-yard line for the Kirksey Cougars.
Man, I tell you what, it's really hard when they go with misdirection and stuff like that. You can't play the ball. You got to. A lot of times with this group right here, you're going to have to read those pulling guards.
So Harold's got number 1 Norris in the backfield with him. He scans the field. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand off to Norris. Norris is going to go behind his line, find a lineman, and get about 4 yards on the play, maybe 5. So good first down run there by the Kirksey Cougars.
Looks like number 70, Braden Phillips, is out at the moment. They may have to put him back in there to plug up that hole again. I think, let me see, probably just giving him a little bit of a breather. He's been having 2 guys lean on him so far tonight.
Kirksey's back at it, 2nd and 5. Nine's going to take the snap, fakes the pass for a second, and then he takes off running again. So going to be another first down for the Kirksey Cougars and then some as he drags some central players down to about the 11-yard line. So
that's their quarterback, Jack Harrell. That was about as tough a run from a quarterback that I've seen in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, without a doubt. That seems to be working for them. They do 3 straight quarterback draws and their 3 straight design runs, and they've got something going now, a little momentum. So that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We're going to go the second quarter here. Before we're not going to go to commercial break. We're going to stay right here. I want to talk a little bit about this Central AV Tech team, this media communications team we got here at Central. The broadcast you're seeing tonight, with the exception of myself and my broadcast partners, all student ran. So we've got students here in the booth helping us spot. We've got students doing producing, doing directing. We've got students behind the camera. It's just an amazing program. It's ran by a lady I know you're pretty fond of, Miss Wright, Coach.
Absolutely. She does a great job. She takes it very seriously, and she cares for all these kids.
Throughout the night, you're going to hear me giving some praise and kudos to all these kids, mentioning their names and just talking about the wonderful job they do. They learn in the classroom the nuts and bolts of how to run a broadcast, but as far as experience goes, nothing beats coming out here and being able to run sometimes twice a week, Coach. I'm going to do the research and find out for sure, but I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say this is probably one of, if not the only, student-ran broadcast team in the nation that's doing an 8th grade football.
I would venture to say that you're correct.
This is not typical of a junior high program, so great things that Miss Wright does. So we're back on the field. We got action with Kirksey. Their number 9 is going to hand it off this time to number 1. I believe that's Norris.
That's their weak side power. Didn't quite work as well as what Central does. Luke Greep did a good job holding his own in there. You know, a lot of times those defensive and offensive linemen, they don't get their name in the paper. But especially with defensive linemen, you just got to control the line of scrimmage like Luke did that time. And it's just the unseen heroes a lot of times.
Yeah, they're not necessarily the guys that even make the tackles, but they influence the play more than we could ever imagine. So Great job down there in the interior. So number 9, he fumbles and going to be a missed snap, and he gets by a couple players, but in the end he gets wrapped up by a couple Central players. Looks like number 8, Tate Bean, was the one that finally brought him down there. So we saw Bean last week. He had a pick 6 for a touchdown, and this week he's back in the backfield disrupting the play as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a slick play by Kirksey. They're really doing some higher order thinking over there. That was it looked like a counter tray coming from left to right. They pulled the guard and tackle. This is called an influence block, and the quarterback kept it going to the left, back against the grain.
Norris going to get the ball this time on the right side, and he's going to be gains about 5-6 yards, gets up back a little past the original line of scrimmage. You got number 5, Jackson Conley, number 19, Luke Altum, and looks like Tate Beam all contributing to the tackle there. So great job. Maybe even number 4, Nash Jeffus over there as well.
Boy, 4th and 8, 14-0. Fairly early in the second quarter. I don't know. It looks like they're going to go for it. You almost want to kick it and put some points on the board. That's a long 8 against a hungry Central defense.
So it looks like Coach is going to think about it for a second. So they're going to take a time out of the field. We'll take a time out of the broadcast. We're going to send you to some of our awesome sponsors here, Springdale Athletics and Schools, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with Central Warrior football.
Welcome to McClarty Daniel Country.
With 6 giant locations and over 3,000 vehicles, Northwest Arkansas is McClarty Daniel Country. Stop by one of our showrooms today to shop our full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs.
McClarty Daniel is proud to be your premier automotive destination.
Need service? We work on all makes and models 6 days a week. Plus, our full-service collision center can repair anything, from a minor ding to a major collision. Have you visited McClarty Daniel Country?
Visit us online at mclartydaniel.com.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
All right, and we're back here at Harbor Wildcat Stadium with 4th and 8 with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, and the Kirksey Cougars looks like they're going to be going for it. So 9 rolls out, tries to go straight up the middle, and he is met by a Central Warrior there. It's like it's going to be Tate Beam again on the tackle. So
that was supposed to be a speed option to the trip side right there. He was supposed to pitch it to number 1, but the defensive end on that side slow played it and made the quarterback decide what to do. And he decided to tuck it up and keep it himself, and didn't pan out.
And I think a majority of the time, if you're planning to go one-on-one with Beam, you're going to have a bad night. So a young man, the 8th grader, he actually played up this week for 9th grade on defense. So a very talented young football player. And once again, smart kid. I got him in class. He answers the questions when I ask him. So that's all I can ask.
That's always encouraging. To have a player, a student athlete that's smart. Whoop, ripped it.
Serrano going to be
Gone.
out. No one's going to catch him. He's at the midfield 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10. Oh, I spoke too soon. The announcer jinx gets him down at the 3-yard line. So
I think he thought he was all alone. He started to throttle down just a little bit, and they caught him at about the 2.
So great run there by Serrano.
Or was it Williams, I think?
You may be
was
right.
Was it 10 or 23? 20. Okay, Serrano, you're right.
So Serrano with another great run brings the Warriors down. I mean, that's a huge play after Kirksey turns the ball over on downs, and you come answer with something like that. So.
It was 10. He's after that run, they took him out to get a breather.
Awesome. So
Serrano's got the ball now.
Serrano now, and Serrano's going to march it in.
Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play again. False start against the Warriors, so that's going to push the ball back 5 yards, and we're going to redo first down.
Hayden Wood out there talking to his team, trying to get them to gather themselves. Again, being a coach's kid like that, he knows the situation. You have to be aware of of what's going on. And he certainly is. He's going to help everybody out just being out there talking to them.
So credit to Williams on that last play, that great run down here. But Evans going to hand it off this time to Serrano. Serrano's going to look up the middle, go over a couple Kirksey players, and it's going to be a touchdown. So
the left side of that offensive line just imposed their will on the Kirksey defense, and they just ran that little counter play right up in there.
Yeah, Coach, I'm almost 40. I think I could have scored on that one with that hole.
Maybe. You could pretty much drive a truck through there.
So great blocking by the Central Warriors, and we're going to see Banks Dyer come out for the extra point pending. Going to see if we can take a 21-0 lead with 4.5 minutes to go on the clock. So ball is down, kick is up, and good. So Dyer's 3 for 3 on the night. That's going to put Central up 21-0 with 4.5 to go in the second quarter. We appreciate you listening. We're going to take a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be back in 30 seconds with Central Warrior football.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness centers, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
Come see the largest pre-owned inventory in Northwest Arkansas.
All right, we're back here, and the Warriors are going to kick off to the Kirksey Cougars with a 21-0 lead. Coach, I mean, something so far this game's going Central's way.
It is. They have established the run game for sure. As an old offense coordinator, I kind of like to throw it a little bit and, do something kind of neat. But, if they're not stopping it, it's safer to keep it on the ground.
So Brooks Tomlinson for the Cougars takes the ball there and doesn't get too far. Another thing we talk about this Central special teams. I mean, they do a great job of maintaining their lanes on kickoffs, and that's field position battle at this age means a lot.
Absolutely. I would expect Kirksey to do some more misdirection influence blocking again like they did last time. They pulled their left guard and tackle looking like it was going to go to the right, but the quarterback kept it to the left. That's a pretty nasty little scheme right there that works, especially if you're playing against a team that's reading pulling guards and tackles. We'll see what they do.
So Kirksey with Jack Harrell, the quarterback. He's going to hand it off this time to
I tell you what, he got a double
1.
whammy. Number 7, Ione Samuel, and the one coming off the field, both sandwiched him.
So coming off the field,
60?
number 60, Ryan Morales.
Ryan Morales. That's a really good. They just sandwiched him. He'll be feeling that tomorrow.
So Harrell's in at quarterback. We've seen a little bit of his action with his legs tonight. He hasn't thrown the ball too much, but he's definitely shown that he can tuck it and run it. So Harrell in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to run straight up the middle. He's going to have a little bit of an opening. He gets across the 30, and it's going to be another first down for the Kirksey Cougars. So
that's what Kirksey probably needs to do in order for it to have success, is stick with that misdirection type thing. Really make Central play disciplined defense, which they can and will.
So far, the Cougars having some success running the ball at the quarterback position. Be interesting to see here, Coach, if you throw some play action in there sometimes or some options to try to see if you can catch them sleeping. But right now, they're having success running the ball.
I think it's a little time. They try to pump and go, try to fake a bubble and get that outside receiver to stalk block and then go down the field. Instead, the quarterback pulled it down and kept it. Almost got a first down.
So Jackson Conley, number 5, in on tackle there. So, good first down yardage for Kirksey. What's going to put with 2.5 minutes to go, 2nd and 1 from about the 41-yard line.
I don't know if that's a timeout or if if it's an official timeout. Either way, there's a stoppage in play for just a little bit. they've got
interesting.
play clocks running again now, down to 18.
Looks like number 9 might have been shaken up a little bit on the play, so their starting quarterback is off the field. So we'll see who's in at backup and what they're going to be able to do. It looks like it's going to be number 1, Corbin Norris, who playing tailback earlier. He's in at quarterback now, so he's going to hand off this time to number 11, Adrian Hernandez. So we've called Hernandez's name a couple of times. I think Kirksey's trying to get him the ball any way possible.
Well, I'll tell you what, Luke Greep, Tate Beam, let me see, Ione Samuel. There are about 5 guys on that tackle right there. They're just swarming to the ball. And, they were really smart by the Central Warriors. They tackled him inbounds to keep that clock running.
So minute 38 to go in the first half. Central with a 21-0 lead. It's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 41 for the Kirksey Cougars. So Norris takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to look to run. He's going to go straight up the middle. And he's going to fall forward for the first down. So big first down there by Norris. He's got eventually stopped by number 6, Cade Clinkscales, out of that linebacker position, coach.
Tate Beam also came in there and submarined him pretty good.
So big first down for the Cougars. See if they can get something here with a minute, just over a minute on the clock. Looks like number 9, their starting quarterback, Jack Harrell, is going to come back in the game. So, Norris is going to move back to his tailback position, and we're going to see if Harrell can get something going here with a minute left in the first half. So Harrell tucks. He's looking to throw. He's going to let the ball loose, and it's going to go out to the sidelines and incomplete.
I tell you what, they wanted to run a skinny post over the top to number 8, and that's the beauty of having that odd stack 3. You've got 3 down linemen, virtually 3 in the box, and you've got 3 safeties with 2 corners, and they were just safeties everywhere. It didn't matter what they ran; nobody was open.
Yeah, so some great defense there by number 16, Ben Quinlan, knocking that ball down. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 53 seconds to go in the first half. We're going to stay here, keep it here, and we'll talk a little bit more about what we got going on. Coach, we talked about this team. A big integral part of this team is the fact that Springdale schools allow something like this to go on anyway. So you got to give a shout out to our athletic director, Coach Wayne Stellick, and Dr. Cleveland, and everybody else at Springdale Public Schools that give these kids the support and equipment and the ability to do what we do here.
Oh yeah, and just the planning from safety alone. Trying to make sure that we phased our way back into this safely. Making sure that the coaches have the proper PPE and sanitizing equipment for the kids, locker rooms, equipment. It's definitely different than a typical year, but I think that the kids have responded well and being mindful.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm very proud and very excited to see how well the kids in our school have responded. We see all the masks on, and we see kids practicing social distance. So
going empty set this time.
9's going to look to throw. He's got a couple of Central Warriors on his back. He's going to look to run, and he's going to get finally stumbled and dropped. You had a plethora of Warriors there, Coach. It looks like number 7, Ione Samuel, was the one that finally was able to trip him up.
Yeah, Ione may be injured a little bit, a cramp or something. He's limping off. Make sure you got somebody in there for him. 42's going in for him. Jackson Rhodes.
Jackson Rhodes is going to replace Ione Samuel for a quick play. Hope he's okay. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from about the 44. So we're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to be back here. We're here. Quick word from our sponsor. We'll be back here in 30 seconds with Central Warrior Football.
At Northwest Health, you can check in online for urgent care and ER visits. This simple step lets you pick a time that's convenient and saves your spot in line before you arrive. It's our new approach to the waiting room. Visit mynorthwestanycare.com.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means faster care. And because we're full-service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. At Northwest Health System, Bentonville and Springdale.
At Northwest Health, we're making it easier to see a healthcare provider. Book an appointment online with one of our
All right, we got about 34 seconds. It's 3rd and 18. You don't want to, well, you can get two philosophies. You can burn it and take it to the house or try to do something. You've got a timeout left. Looks like they're going to try to run a seam play, run a shallow drag underneath all the seams. Didn't really accomplish a lot right there, and the clock is still running.
So it looks like there's a flag on the play, Coach. Is this a penalty Central would decline?
I believe so. Is it holding?
So Zebras are going to discuss it. It's going to be holding.
Yeah.
Looks like from the location they're going to be able to take it. It's going to back them up a little bit more. So it's going to put it 3rd and about 34 now. So that's a pretty big down and distance to get here with 29 seconds to go in the first half.
You're kind of limited as to what you can do as far as razzle-dazzle at the 8th grade level due to the quarterback's arm. But there's always, you don't have to attack vertically. You can attack horizontally, maybe a hook and ladder or something like that. Or just burn it and take it to the house. You don't want to have a pick six coming back at you. That would be a bad thing.
There's definitely some playmakers on defense for Central that could take it to the house.
Empty set for Kirksey.
Got 5 wide receivers out, so he's going to roll out, he's going to pass, and that's going to be it. So that is the end of the first half with the Central Warriors up 21-0 on the Kirksey Cougars. We're going to keep it on the field so you can watch our Central dance and cheer teams. We'll be back at the beginning of the second half for Harbor Wildcat Stadium and Central Warrior football.
Please help us welcome Central Junior High Warrior Dance. Your music is on. Can you please help us welcome Central Junior High Cheer.
Primary care physicians, or walk right into any Northwest Health urgent care without an appointment. Online check-in for ER and urgent care visits saves your spot in line before you arrive. With options around the region and around the clock, the care you need has never been easier to find. At Northwest Health, we're taking your care in new directions. Visit mynorthwestanycare.com. At Northwest Health, we've made it easier to schedule
Springdale Public Schools are connecting students to
student achievement,
safety, personalized teaching,
partnerships.
At Springdale Public Schools, we're given every opportunity to succeed because we are #the choice for
education,
athletics,
music,
For over 20 years, Community Clinic has served Washington County with quality and affordable health care. With 3 wellness centers in Springdale located at Jones, George, and Elmdale Elementary, our services include primary care, pediatrics, prenatal, behavioral health, and physical therapy. We offer services in English, Spanish, and Marshallese so that we can help your family. The Community Clinic, healthy people, healthy community.
The Don Tyson School of Innovation Virtual Campus is a new opportunity for grades 6 through 12 to receive a Springdale Schools education anytime, any place. With the blended model, Virtual Campus students have full access to the Don Tyson School of Innovation campus during school hours for electives, clubs, tutoring, and activities.
The virtual campus is my education on my time.
The Don Tyson School of Innovation Virtual Campus. Anytime, any place.
Choose the wellness centers at Springdale Schools. The wellness centers in Springdale are perfect for students and teachers. Teachers can go during their planning period, and parents don't have to miss work for students to receive medical care. Offering sports physicals, kindergarten physicals, vaccinations, well child checks, acute care, and more. Wellness centers are located at a school near you. Wellness centers in Springdale Schools, we are your medical home.
At Northwest Health, we've made it easier to schedule a doctor's appointment. Online scheduling for our primary care physicians lets you make an appointment at any time from anywhere. It's the new way to book your next visit. mynorthwestanycare.com.
Springdale Public Schools are connecting students to
Student achievement.
Safety. Personalized teaching.
Partnerships.
At Springdale Public Schools, we're given every opportunity to succeed because we are #the choice for
Education.
Athletics.
All right, we're back here at Harbor Wildcat Stadium with Central Warrior football. The Central Warriors are up 21-0 after a great first half over the Kirksey Cougars. Coach, what did you see out there from the Warriors in the first half?
They came out on fire defensively. Offensively, they sputtered a little bit, but that one drive that just had probably 3 penalties on it, they probably gained 75 yards to go 40.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's one of this team, 8th graders, Coach Jones, we talked about it a little last week. They just started about 3 years ago making where 8th grade is a separate competition as far as city championships and conference championships go. And every year it's been available, Coach Jones has won it.
Yeah, he does a really good job, and this year's, again, a little bit different because there was no spring ball. Summer was very abbreviated. Limited contact to what you could do when it came to two-a-days. And I don't think we're going to see that at all levels, whether it be high school, college, and the Chiefs and the Texans are playing in the NFL opener tonight. I bet we see a few miscues because of fewer reps.
Yeah, I mean they want to get that practice in. Coach said it was mid-July before this team actually snapped a football with pads and worked on, and that's pretty late.
Then they couldn't even touch each other. I mean, you could snap a ball, but you couldn't do a whole lot with it.
So we're going to come back here. Second half action in about 5 minutes. We're going to send a word to our sponsors, and we'll be back here in a few minutes with the kickoff of the second half of Central Warrior football.
For over 20 years, Community Clinic has served Washington County with quality and affordable health care. With 3 wellness centers in Springdale, located at Jones, George, and Elmdale Elementary, our services include primary care, pediatrics, prenatal, behavioral health, and physical therapy. We offer services in English, Spanish, and Marshallese so that we can help your family. The Community Clinic, healthy people, healthy community.
The Don Tyson School of Innovation Virtual Campus is a new opportunity for grades 6 through 12 to receive a Springdale Schools education anytime, any place. With the blended model, virtual campus students have full access to the Don Tyson School of Innovation campus during school hours for electives, clubs, tutoring, and activities.
The virtual campus is my education on my time.
The Don Tyson School of Innovation Virtual Campus. Anytime, any place.
Choose the Wellness Centers at Springdale Schools. The Wellness Centers in Springdale are perfect for students and teachers. Teachers can go during their planning period, and parents don't have to miss work for students to receive medical care. Offering sports physicals, kindergarten physicals, vaccinations, well child checks, acute care, and more. Wellness Centers are located at a school near you. Wellness Centers in Springdale Schools, we are your medical home.
If you want fast, easy, and affordable service, visit McClarty Daniel.
Keep your vehicle running like new in our state-of-the-art service facilities. We know your time is valuable. Our factory-certified technicians with decades of experience will get you.
All right, and we are back here at Harbor Wildcat Stadium for the kickoff of the second half. The Warriors are going to be kicking off to the Kirksey Cougars. So, Coach Kirksey down 21-0. They had a couple of good runs there on offense. What are they going to look to do to try to get back in this ballgame against the Warriors?
Well, it's just like possession. You can't go for it all at once. You got to keep it manageable. They had some success with misdirection, the RPO type thing. I think that if I were them, I would stick with that for a little bit longer and see what happens.
So Dyer's going to kick off. He's going to go to number 11, Hernandez, and Hernandez takes it upfield, and he's going to be stopped about the 32, 33-yard line. So Kirksey's going to take over 1st and 10, about the 33, and we're going to see what their offense is going to do this time around.
I think number 13 for them is they're one of their wide receivers, Halen Whitley. He just looks like he would be dangerous with the ball in his hands. I'd be surprised if they don't try to get it to him in the second half.
So it is number 9. Jack Harrell's going to come back at the quarterback spot. He was off the field for a couple of plays earlier, but looks like they're relying on him. He's back in there. So Harrell's in. He's got Norris behind him, and he's going to look to pass. He's going to bring it down and throw a quick out, and it's going to be intercepted. Tate Beam on the reception. He's going to be going.
Woo!
Runs over a guy and gets pushed out of bounds about the 8-yard line. So Beam with a huge interception to begin the second half here. Be a couple of flags on the play. We'll see what those are.
Well, I bet you what that is it's really hard to keep, when there's a quick turnover like that and everybody's been going one way and they turn around and go the other, and you've got somebody that's not looking, those young kids just want to light them up, the little crackback block. And the AAA's really tighten the screws down on blocks like that. That might be what happens. You can't block anybody that's behind the play either, and that's just really hard for kids at any level to discern.
So it was an injury to a Kirksey player there. Fortunately, this time he was able to get up and walk off on his own accord, so I hope he's all right. But it is going to be Central ball. So Central's going to get the ball down after the interception. They're going to mark off a couple penalty yards for the block in the back there. Looks like Central's going to have the ball about the 26-yard line.
It was a block in the front. It's just that when your head's looking the other way and you're not looking where you're coming and somebody's zoning in on you like that, it's a very devastating hit, and that's what happened. That's the reason it's such a large penalty. They're trying to cut down on that.
So Evans is going to be in shotgun. He's got his speedy tailback, Devin Williams, behind him. Williams has one big run already tonight, so see what they're going to do there. Evans looks, takes a snap. He's going to hand off to Devin, and Devin's going to go up the middle. Actually runs over one of his own players, but gets about 3 or 4 yards.
Kirksey's really trying to make an adjustment to stop that run. They took one of their 2 safeties and pretty much have committed him to the box to stop the run. They're getting 8 people in the box trying to stop Central's ground game, and we still got 5 on them that time.
So Evans running the no huddle, gets everybody up to the line. Shotgun. He's got Williams behind him. Looks like Williams is checking out the play.
Good job by the offensive line just staying there and not jumping early. It's real easy to do. Number 5's wide open. Who's number 5? Underthrew him just a little bit.
Number 5, Jackson Conley.
Conley. He just slipped through there. Remember just a second ago I was saying they dropped one of those safeties down in the box. That leans that the pass is going to be open up the seam. Coach Jones saw that. I'm sure that's probably what the audible was. He'd probably tell him, hey, 5, run it. Run up the seam.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 with 6.5 to go in the third quarter. So Evans got about 5 yards to go for Central here. So he's going to hand off this time. It's going to be hand off to, looks like, Trey Serrano. Nope, sorry.
Well, that's the speedster,
Devin
Devin Williams.
So Williams going to take it to the house this time. He missed a touchdown earlier, but this time it's going to be touchdown Warriors. So great run there by Williams. He followed some blockers, found the seam, and was able to get it into the end zone.
I like to watch him run. He just looks fast. Just standing still, he looks fast.
Yeah, so great play there by Williams. He's had a big night running the ball. I mean, on that play, I bet you he's close to over 100 yards now, Coach.
I bet so. Especially, well over, because he had that one long run.
Absolutely. So Banks Dyer kicks it up and good. So Dyer's 4 for 4 on the night, so he continues his success as a place kicker. And we are going to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors with Central up with 6.5 minutes to go in the third, 28-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds with Warrior football.
You in and out and back on the road quickly. We service all makes and models at our 6 convenient locations in Bentonville and Springdale. Open 6 days a week.
Visit McClartydaniel.com to schedule your service appointment today.
Hey Northwest Arkansas, Lara here at Sam's Furniture. Hey Northwest Arkansas, Lara here at Sam's Furniture. If you're looking for new furniture, we have over 170,000 square feet selection at everyday low prices and same-day delivery available. But the best part is that we love to serve our community. So when you buy at Sam's, part of your purchase goes to support one of the many amazing organizations that we have been blessed to partner with. Serving others, especially those in need, is our culture here, and we hope that you'll be a part of that too.
All right, we're back here at Harbor Wildcat Stadium with Central up 28-0 on the Kirksey Cougars of Rogers. 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Kickoff there from Central. Kirksey didn't get many yardage. They're going to be behind the 20 to start this drive, Coach.
I tell you, I haven't seen Central scoot that slot down on the end of the line as a tight end yet. They really haven't had to, I guess. But typically Coach Jones does that as a wrinkle every now and then, as does Coach Foringer with the 9th grade level. They're in a 3-by-1 trips down on the bottom side. At some point, you got to start trying to throw the ball a little bit. Still, they keep it with the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, number 9's having a fairly good game on the ground. He's had a couple of decent runs on first down to get them in good field position. They've unfortunately had a couple of penalties and a couple of interceptions that have put them behind the chains. But that's going to be a good run on first down, good yardage. It's going to be 2nd and about 6. From the 24-yard line with about 5:44 to go in the third quarter.
3-by-1 up top. See if they do that little quarterback keeper. Yeah, they do. So they fake the dive, and it's quarterback counter Trey coming back to the right side behind big number 79. What did we say his name was for Kirksey? Alan Perez.
Alan Perez, number 79 there, leading the charge. And, he's a big boy out there blocking. There's no doubt about that.
He looks like that guy off the blind side. Just kind of get in behind him, and he's going to bowl everybody over.
Absolutely. So Harrell, having some success on the ground, is going to look to see what he can do here on 1st and 10. So in the shotgun, he's going to hand it off this time to number 1, Norris, and Norris is going to get hit in the after a gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
That was an outside zone that time. That's the first time second time I've seen him run that blocking scheme tonight.
So 3-yard gain is going to bring up 2nd and about a long 6 with 4:48 to go in the third quarter. Kirksey's looking to the sidelines, getting their plays from their coach. Coach, you don't really see any teams nowadays not running plays in from the sideline. That most of them do this no huddle, look at the sideline, kind of popularized by Oregon at the college level, but we see it a lot at the junior high level now.
Oh yeah, there's pluses and minuses, against the no huddle type thing, and then sending plays in from the sideline. When you go back to the huddle and you come back up to the line of scrimmage, it's a step saver to call it in from the sideline. But then again, a lot of times huddling up, a lot of times you want to run time off the clock and you want to let kids get each other together mentally.
Of course, we had the ever-famous Gus Malzahn here at Springdale that kind of led the nation in this no-huddle philosophy. And, you know, one of the things, if your team is rolling and you're doing well, you get a lot more plays out there. You're able to snap the ball more, and your offense has got more opportunity to keep that defense on the field and keep them tired.
It does, and you know, I think Pulaski Academy down in Central Arkansas has a really good mix of that system. Sometimes they huddle, sometimes they don't. But what they do is they don't gamble a lot. There's a lot of keeping things manageable.
So number 1, Corbin Norris on the carry there. That's going to give them Rogers Kirksey another first down. So once again, ground game for Kirksey not looking too bad. They're driving. They're able to get the ball up to near midfield. See if they can't do something in the second half to try to get a score on the board for the first time. So I know Central, I know Coach Watson's looking to keep this defense, keep that 0 up there.
You know, the longer that the offense is on the field, the longer the defense is on the field, and a lot of times that will lead to a little bit of fatigue. Central is fortunate to have enough reserves to keep people fresh.
Harold's going to take the snap. Looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. So
Delay a game, wait a little bit too long.
So delay a game's going to march them back some yardage, and we're going to see 1st and 15 from about the 48-yard line.
You know, little things like that, delay a game when you're in a no-huddle type thing is enough to make a coach blow a gasket. I know I blew my share of gaskets, but, you know, just got to – now looking back, I took myself way too seriously.
So Harold's going to hand off to his tailback Norris, and Norris is going to be met behind the line of scrimmage by a couple of different Central Warriors. Looks like number 52.
52, and do you have Kobe White in class?
I do not.
He's playing some smart football, and he looks like a pretty good athlete. He's going to be a major contributor here in another year or two.
So a little bit different wrinkle out of Rogers this time up. They're going to hand off to Norris again. Norris up the middle. He's going to gain about 3 yards.
He's a little scat back. He gets in there behind those big old linemen, and it's just hard to find him. 3rd and what are you thinking about? 13 or so, 14?
Be about 3rd and a long 14. 28-0 Central's leading with 1:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. So Harold.
Those safeties for Central are going to loosen up a little bit, expecting the pass here.
Harold's going to look. He's going to tuck it. He's going to be met behind the line almost immediately by, it's like number 60, Ryan Morales in the backfield that time, Coach.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Central made a definitive play right there. Instead of either tackle the quarterback or tackle the running back, they're just going to tackle them both, and it worked out really well.
So that's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and 18 with 1:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. So great defensive stop there by the Warriors, and looks like the Kirksey Cougars are sending out the punt team.
Kirksey is having some success, and then something will just blow up, and then they go for negative yardage. But it's not just happenstance. You know, Central's defense is making things blow up.
So it looks like the punt is up. Serrano's going to field it on the catch, and he's going to hit to the sidelines. He's going to miss a couple of Kirksey. He's going to run back across to this side, showing some speed. Serrano's going to turn it upfield, and he's got one man to beat. He's going to get caught. So looks like number 3 for number 8, Zach Lewing, was able to manage to get Serrano there. There's a couple flags on the play, so it looks like this one's going to come back. But great speed there by Serrano, another one of these Central playmakers showing what they can do with the ball in their hands.
Well, I can tell you right now, when track season gets here, I can almost tell you for sure who 3 of the 4 legs on the 4x1 is going to be. It's going to be number 7, Ione Samuel. It's going to be number 10, Devin Williams. It's going to be number 23, Trey Serrano. And then they might just pull somebody out of the bleachers run that 4th leg, those other 3 boys so fast.
I believe it. I bet you Williams is going to be that anchor leg if I had to guess.
I bet you.
So good thought there to Coach Watson and the track team coming up. And I know even Coach Sullivan, cross country, would probably like to see a couple of these boys out there with some of those strides that they're running. So Unfortunately, those two seasons overlap too much.
They might try to disguise Coach Broderick Green to put him in there for a shot. He could throw it from Springdale to Siloam.
I believe it. So Aiden Evans is going to leave the Warriors back here on the field. Going to hand off to Serrano. He's going to run over a guy and fall forward for about 3 yards. So great run there by Serrano. And
that was number 8, Zach Lewing, on the tackle for Kirksey. Bravely, he stepped up in front of Serrano and made a solid tackle.
Without a doubt. So that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to go into the fourth quarter. Central up 28-0 on the Kirksey Cougars. We're going to take a quick timeout to hear a word from some of our wonderful sponsors. We'll be back here in about 30 seconds to Central Warrior football.
Nothing says game day like good friends and great food. And at Slim Chickens, we know great food. From our 100% all-natural chicken tenders, fresh-made wings served with house sauces, to delicious chicken sandwiches, crisp salads, southern sides, and desserts you just can't get anywhere else. At Slim's, we have the food you love, made fresh for the people you care about. Dine in, drive through, or order online. Slim Chickens. Fresh, delicious chicken.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
All right, we're back here at Harbor Wildcat Stadium where the Central Warriors are up 28-0 on the Kirksey Cougars. Going to be the start of the fourth quarter. Start things off, Coach. We got a penalty here against the Warriors. Going to push them back just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit lining up offsides. You know, everybody was not quite set, ready to go yet. I thought that was a little quick on the flag myself. They didn't have time to. I mean, there were still 18 seconds on the play clock.
So that's going to put us at about 2nd and 12.
Watch for the weak side sweeper power.
It's going to be a handoff to Serrano. He's going to hit to this side. He's going to find a little room, and he's going to be brought down from behind, but not after a first down. So Serrano with a key, nice run there. I'm sorry, that wasn't Serrano. That was number 22, Lee Allen. So seeing Allen getting in the game, I think he might have been in there a second ago when I called Serrano as well. So apologize to Lee Allen fans out there. So Allen gets a first down and great run. Coach, we might have found the fourth guy to run the 4x100.
Maybe he had some fresh legs, and he looked like it. He was like a little water bug coming around through there.
So great run by Allen, and we're going to see. Now we've got, looks like number 15, Evan Baker, in at quarterback. So Coach Jones getting some of the reserves, some playing time here, which is always something you like to see. So Baker's going to hand off. He's going to hand off to number 30, looks like 32, Landon Moss. So Landon Moss coming in and tailback gets the handoff of Baker, and he's going to get stopped in the backfield, lose about 3 or 4 yards. But once again, Coach, as a former coach, what is this type of, 7 minutes here in the game, and you've got your second string in? What type of benefit does that give Coach Jones in the long run?
Experience. 2 things. It lessens injuries on your first platoon. And your second platoon is game time experience, and it's not 30 seconds left in the game. It's a whole quarter of learning.
Yeah, that's great. I know simulations in practice. You talk about these kids didn't get full practices. That's why we've seen some of these flags, some of these false starts out there. But there's nothing that can replicate actual game time out there on the field.
Not at all. And I think you just touched on that. With fewer practices leading up to the actual season, they're still learning. And the more reps you can get during the game with whatever platoon you have, that's practice.
So 15 is going to be in at quarterback. He's going to be in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He's going to catch it. He's going to try to run on the right side. He finds an open lane. He jukes and goes past a couple guys. Ball is loose, and it's going to fall right into the hands of the Kirksey Cougars. So looks like number 81 for the Cougars.
He got Kirksey punched that out from behind, and again, it's not like that's one mistake and it's going to be the end of the game. That young man will learn from that mistake, carry the ball a little bit higher, a little bit tighter, and then he'll come back in this next series, and I guarantee you he'll do better.
That was number 81, Humberto Perez, kind of got the gift. The ball just kind of came to him there. So Kirksey's going to take over on the 40-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10 with 6:10 to go in the fourth quarter. So looks like we're going to do a little flip-flop now. We've got number 1, Corbin Norris, in at quarterback, and he's got the former quarterback, number 9, in at tailback. So Kirksey changing it up a little bit here with 5:50 to go in the game.
Rowan Graham, number 75 on the tackle right there. It was like Velcro. He just got a hold of that ball carrier and just rolled him up. Good job, Rowan.
So Norris in at quarterback, and the former quarterback, number 9, Jake Harrell, in at tailback. So we're going to see what this different wrinkle can do for the Cougars here. So Norris takes the ball. He's going to hand it off to Harrell. Harrell's going to go up to the side. He's got a couple of Central Warriors up there, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds about the 45, 46-yard line. So, Coach, we talked a little bit about Harrell earlier being a playmaker. It looks like this time they've decided to give him the ball in the backfield.
Well, what do we have here between 9 and 1? You have either 2 quarterbacks in the backfield or 2 running backs in the backfield. Either way, they're dual threat kids.
Kirksey, the score is 28-0 the score, but they're fighting hard out there, and they've showed some glimpses of promise on the ground game. They, like you said earlier, they just had a couple of big blow-ups on the night.
Absolutely, and that's just kind of how it is at this level. Kirksey is a much better team than what the scoreboard shows, and it's just early. It's just early in their career.
Without a doubt. So that's gonna be another first down. Norris takes it up the middle and is able to get the 2-3 yards that he needed to gain. And now we flipped again. We're going to have Harrell back at quarterback. So a little bit of maneuvering and flipping for the Kirksey squad at this point. So Jake Harrell is going to look to the sideline, get the play in. It's got Norris next to him. Harrell's going to take the snap and hand off to Norris. Norris is going to come to this side, and great open field tackle by a couple of Warriors there with number 13, Ian Casimir, with the first hit there and able to stop that right at about the line of scrimmage, Coach.
Again, Kirksey was using that influence block. They pulled number 58, going the wrong way or the way that's not typical. Landon Harkey is his name. And it just makes you think it's going to go behind him. The quarterback keeps it, comes back the opposite way, and that's a tough one to diagnose as a linebacker.
2nd and 10. Harrell's going to take the snap. He's going to look to run again. He's going to go up the middle. He gets past a couple of Warriors, and he's going to be on a foot race, and he's going to win the foot race. So with 3:32 to go, Kirksey gets on the scoreboard for their first score of the game. So Kirksey gets 6 on the board behind their starting quarterback, Harrell. Coach, what'd you see on that play?
Oh, the offensive line for Kirksey just held up. They didn't really, grass back anybody as far as those kind of blocks, but they shield blocked it enough to create a crease for Harrell to get into. And again, is he would you consider him a running quarterback or a throwing running back? He's pretty good.
Most certainly. So Kirksey's going to line up to go for 2 here, and he's going to hand off to Norris. Norris is going to follow one of his big linemen down, and he's going to get in. So Kirksey on the board with 8 points here late in the fourth quarter. So still a little bit of fight left in the Rogers team, and I know that their coach is going to want to see that, and I know the Rogers High School coaches are going to want to see that as well.
Absolutely. There's Harbor coaches all over the sideline down here, and they just don't show up for games. They're there for these kids for practice, too. Central will come over here to Wildcat Stadium, and you've got all these Harbor coaches that'll just jump right in and help teach. And it's the same way at Rogers. That's the reason they've got it kind of set up like this. Anytime that you can have a lower ratio of student to teacher, you're going to have better instruction. And that's what most schools here in Northwest Arkansas, in Central Arkansas, has really caught up here in the last year or 2 or 3. That's what they're doing, and it shows.
So we get a quick shout out. We talk about Coach Jones and his staff, but Coach Robert Staggs is the head coach over there at Kirksey, and he's got a couple gentlemen, Alan Retman, Chase Cook, James LaRocco, and Walt Kaminsky, as his assistant coaches. So, good job by those men as well, molding these Kirksey men into young men into men.
If it were me, I would be expecting an onside kick right here, just so they can get the ball back quick. They didn't. They decided to kick it. Ooh, they kicked it to 10 Williams. Buckle up here.
So Williams looking for a lane. He finds one, and he's got one man to beat. He got two men to beat now, but he is gone. So another great return. Didn't quite get the touchdown, but all over the field, whether it's tailback or special teams, Devin Williams has been an all-star out there tonight, Coach.
He's a little bit electric. I don't want to give any kid the big head or anything, but Devin, I really enjoy watching you run the ball.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think he's going to be walking through the halls proud of himself and the job he's done out there tomorrow. So, great job there. Great job by the special teams blocking here with 3 minutes to go. A lot of times be the time for these young men to just think, we've got this one in the bag and don't worry about it. But they're out there blocking, making sure they got the right assignments and doing whatever job coach asks them. So.
You want to encourage them and pat them on the back and everything, but you don't want to have to put butter on their ears to get them into the classroom door tomorrow.
All right, so looks like they're going to be a handoff to number 32 this time around. Landon Moss gets the ball from Baker. So Evan Baker in at quarterback, hands it off to Moss, and Moss is going to be brought down for about a loss of 1 yard. So
number 63 of Kirksey made that tackle that time.
So let's see, 63. We apologize. We don't have a 63 on our roster. So
notice how Central's huddling up now. They can afford to burn a little bit of time, so that and this is your second platoon, so this is a good time to huddle, so they can get the jitters out and talk to each other and reassure one another within the huddle before they break.
So Evan Baker breaks the huddle, and he's going to be in shotgun. He's got Landon Moss behind him. Baker's going to look to hand off, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to look to run. He's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage, so be brought down for no gain, maybe a loss of about 1 yard. Looks like Baker intended to run on that one, just had a couple of Rogers Kirksey guys there.
I think that was a quarterback bootleg by design. It's just that the handoff mesh was just a little bit slow, and it didn't fool the backside defensive end enough to suck him in.
So
I love the bootleg.
I like seeing in NFL guys like Peyton Manning or Eli Manning that you wouldn't expect to run that, and then suddenly they're running for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, and they're usually wide open. Nobody, they could change their shoes and still get in.
So it's going to be a handoff this time to Allen. Lee Allen, little scat back is out. He's going to run, jukes a couple players, stiffs on another, still on his feet. He's going to get about 8-9 yards on the play. So not quite first down yet, but great run there by Lee Allen.
Charles Weber right there made a great block and added another 10 yards to that play. He did it's called stalk blocking. You're not going to go out there and knock somebody over. You're just going to stalk your way to the inside position and shield him to the outside. Charles, good block.
So 15 Baker is going to run the play in. So Central with their second string quarterback and second string tailback out there. A lot of these linemen are second stringers as well. So still doing well here with 30 seconds to go to get some reps in. So Baker's going to take the snap. He's going to hand off to Allen. Allen's going to be met. Looks like he got past the line of scrimmage, not much, but still some hard running here by Allen at the end of the ball game.
Joey, do you have Weber in class? Does he go by Charlie or Chuck or anything?
I don't have Charles in class.
Okay. It says Charles on the roster, so it sounds mighty formal, but we'll go with it.
So it's going to be a turnover on downs. After the little run by Allen there, didn't quite get the first down, was about 2 yards short. So Kirksey's going to take over with 26 seconds to go. It's going to be 1st and 10. We'll see if Central can hold on here with the second team defense out there. See if they can keep them from scoring here very late in the ball game.
Defense is lining up. They're not going to just lay down. They're going to go ahead and play it to the very end. That cat safety he's the middle safety. He's playing deep too. Number 1.
Norris is going to take the handoff, get about 3 or 4 yards, and I believe that's going to be the last play of the ball game.
I believe so.
A wonderful night of Thursday night football at Central at Harbor Wildcat Stadium. Central's going to come away with the win 28-8 over the Kirksey Cougars. Coach, sign us off with some encouraging words.
Oh, I'll tell you what, is some good football on both sides for both teams. Rogers is a class act all over all their programs, as is Springdale. You know, you've got 2 high schools, really 3 with Don Tyson School of Innovation, but you've got 2 high school football teams, 4 junior highs. 8th grade, I mean, look at these kids. They're playing good football. The Hellstrom Heroes, you know, they really came out strong earlier before this game. Those are 7th graders. And the way that you build a strong program is to start with the grassroots. You've got to get your coaches in there to build relationships with the parents and the kids at the younger grades, and then be consistent with your philosophy. And there's a lot of good football in Northwest Arkansas. You know, during these times right now, whether it's choir or band, cheer, dance, you know, athletics, you've got to teach these kids at a young age that it's important to be a part of something bigger than they are, and to learn how to treat each other within the organizations. And I think all these people are doing a good job of that.
All right, great words there. And we're going to leave you here with Central winning 28-8 over the Kirksey Cougars. So great game by the Central Warriors. On behalf of the student media team here at Central and Miss Dana Wright and all the students here at production, Coach Wayne Stellick and Dr. Jared Cleveland, we appreciate you tuning in today, and we're going to leave you here. We'll be back next week with some 9th grade football action, and we appreciate it here with Central Warrior Football.